Hello, everyone. Daniel Martell came into the live stream yesterday. We appreciated it. While Lilly and Jack Sullivan are still missing, he was talking about the RCMP and the things that he says that he has done since Lilly and Jack have been missing. We learned a lot of very interesting things yesterday that we had never heard before. And some of those was about Justin and Janie being on the four-wheeler. We're going to take a look at that, and we're also going to be playing some recordings that Janie has spoken about recently on the other side of this.
So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. Yeah, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. And we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. Young blood made of gold. A mind you can't control. Running wild, can't calm down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you so much. Thank you, 77. Appreciate you, my dear. Thank you both so much.
I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and woken up. I'm done feeling your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause I'd start over now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's flow for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeling your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind. And I won't let you go. I need you by my side.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is July 15th, 2025. It is currently 10:08 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Hello. Hey, Hobo. Thank you all. Really do appreciate you all. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. I do appreciate you very much. Nancy, you could have been anywhere. Love you. That's right. And I thank you for being here, Nancy. And thank you for that. I do appreciate you, my dear. 77, 7 months, 3 sevens. Luck being lady. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you very much. 77. Good to see you. Hey, always late. Thank you, love. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I hope you know how much we love you. Happy birthday to you. Love you, Justin. Thank you so much, always late. I love you and you, all of you, very, very much. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you very much. And Bonkers, happy birthday, Justin. Love you. We love you, Bonkers. Thank you, darling. Good to see you. Hope you are well, my friend. Thank you, Hobo. Happy birthday, Justin. Love you and family. Love you too, Miss Hobo. Hope you're enjoying your time out on vacay. Hope you are, my dear. All right, y'all. So, yes, thank you all for the birthday wishes. I really, really do appreciate you. So yesterday, Daniel came in our chat. He's always welcome here. We did learn new things, finally. He said he went left first, and then he said he went right out of the driveway. So he's, so he covered it all, I guess. In that 10 minutes he's claiming of, there's so many more questions I would love to ask Daniel if he would speak to me privately. I wouldn't record him or anything like that. I would have to write it down, obviously, to remember, but I would love to speak to him to learn more, to definitely learn more. There's still a lot of questions that need answered. Damn it, I forgot to do it. I've been obviously busy today, but I need to remember tomorrow to do it. Mods, if you think about it tomorrow, can you, one of you, message me early and say, Justin, don't forget to call the news. Just say that. Don't forget to call the news. If one of y'all can remember to remind me to do that tomorrow, because Daniel says he never did say that he was on the four-wheeler and searched 20 or 30 acres. And I will kind of go over some of the things that he said in chat last night. For the most part, it was a respectable conversation. I tried to keep it that way because, if I'm just yelling, it's not going to do anything. And if we're all like attacking him, he's not going to say anything. So we'll discuss some of that as well. Also, Daniel's mother, Janie, has recently spoke out. I'm going to be sharing some of that recording as well. Some of you may have heard it. It has been on YouTube. Someone put it out on YouTube. And Monkey Mind, where did I get my glasses from? Does anyone remember where I got my glasses from? They're very cheap. I'll tell you in 2 seconds. I got them from Zenny. I usually buy Zenny or I buy direct. Not sponsored, but would love to be. So it was Zenny. Yeah, Zenny. Yeah, it was Zenny. I think these frames were $15. I literally have them in every collar. Every collar. Almost. I didn't get the Sally Jesse Raphael red frames. I wish I would have now. I might get the Sally Jesse Raphael red frames too. So there's that. Yes, Friday interview is coming. Friday interview is coming out. Yes. Yep. It is. Sure is. Absolutely. Thank you, Hobo, for gifting a pearl necklace. Appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you. If you received that, make sure you thank our dear Hobo. Isabel, thank you so much, my dear, for your super sticker. Really do you 7 months, and thank you for the birthday wishes, my dear. Good to see you. And thank you, Dean White. Happy birthday. Thank you, Dean. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. And Rob Beanie coming in clutch at 5 months. Thank you, darling. Happy birthday to you. Thank you, darling. Rob Beanie, appreciate you, my dear. And there's Miss Sherry Lady. Thank you so much, Sherry. Good to see you. Happy birthday. Thank you, my dear. Appreciate you very much. Good to see you. And there's my beautiful butterflies. Thank you, darling. Happy birthday to the best call. Thank you so much. That means so much. Really does. Thank you so much, my dear. Good to see you. There's Mr. and Mrs. and Aunt E. Thank you so much. 10 months coming in clutch. It has been. Thank you so much for 10 months, Mr. and Mrs. and Aunt E. Appreciate you. All the blessings to you and yours. I hope everything's going good with your son and your family and all that. Keeping you guys in our prayers for sure. They've been really dealing with it. So thank you so much. Anne Elizabeth, 11 months. Thank you so much. Thank you, love. Appreciate you very much. Oh, really, Kathy? Today's your daughter's 19th birthday. Wow. To be 19 again. That was 19 was one of my funnest years, I think. It was. Thank you so much, my dear. 12 months. We're at a year, Karen. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you. Hope you are well, Miss Karen. I love your doggy. It's so cute. It's probably hard to groom, though, isn't it, your dog? Lots of hair. But I don't think they shed, do they? They don't shed. Hypoallergenic, which really is good. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. Appreciate you all so much. We just did a live just a moment ago for Herschel, and he was the 7-year-old boy found deceased under a bridge where his mother's boyfriend had placed him. Mr. and Mrs. E, I learned things that I didn't even know happened. Oh, one of the worst cases I've heard in a long time. Really bad. I don't know if y'all have covered that yet or not, but ooh, it's a bad one. Really bad one. All right, guys. So Daniel has been talking, right? And, I'm kind of resolved to the fact now, since, if you're not going to tell the truth, in my opinion, then keep talking. That's all I can say. Then keep talking, which seems to be what he's doing. I'm going to show you the messages that he said yesterday. Pulling them up right now. Just give me 1 second while I do that. And it's rather shocking. Oh, which one did I not do? Okay. All right, guys. Here we go. These are not in order. But nonetheless, this is what he said in chat yesterday. And again, I do appreciate him coming in. That's more than I can say about Malaya, who is the biological mother of Lilly and Jack Sullivan. So I do give him that credit. However, I wished he would just for once stick to a story. That would be great, wouldn't it? That would be great. Okay. Pop it up over here. Thank you so much, Janet. Good to see you. I hope you're having a great birthday. Thank you so much, my dear. I appreciate you very much. Thank you, love. Good to see you, Janet. Hey, Abigail. Thank you so much, Abigail. I really do appreciate you, hun. Very, very kind of you, my love. Thank you so, so much for your support, Janet and Abigail. Thank you all. Okay. So he did say quite a bit of things. I think the most shocking things that, in my opinion, that Daniel said during our time when he was in here, and if he's listening now, he's welcome to join again. Chat. If you ask, if he does happen to come in, and you ask him a question, just please do it. With respect. There's nothing wrong with asking a question. Try to do it respectfully if he does come in. Anyway, here we go. Daniel said that it's not stored on the property. It meaning the ATV. And, that was one of the questions that we had really wondered about is, did he store, was this an ATV that was stored on the property? Did they have any more types of ATVs, right? Anything like that? Well, Daniel claims, at least yesterday, today might be different, but yesterday he claimed that the ATV is not stored on the property. Sounds like there was more than one ATV. Does Earl have an ATV? Good question. Good question. Oh, Dr. Pepper, how you doing? I haven't seen you. You haven't came out of the bushes in ages. Thank you so much. For me and my mom, Louise. He adores you and watch. Oh, thank you, Dr. Pepper. And thank you, Mrs. Eloise. I appreciate you both very, very much. And thank you so much for watching me. Thank you so much for your support in what I do. I really do appreciate you both very, very much. Good to see you. You got to come out of the bushes more often. We don't get to see you that often. So thank you so much. Good to see you, hun. It's very generous. Yes. Thank you all so much for the birthday wishes. I appreciate you. If I don't see it, I will watch it again. And thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it. So he says here that the ATV, it's not stored on the property. He also says, I never drove it. I never drove it. And for those of you that have watched me during this case of Lilly and Jack Sullivan missing, well, we know that and we showed him yesterday, that there are multiple outlets, very, accredited outlets, news outlets that have absolutely told or put in quotes that Daniel says that he searched everywhere, 20 and 30 acres, went through the creek, streams, and everything on a what? An ATV, right? An ATV. But he doubled down And I pulled out another article and showed him. And he's like, well, the media, and listen, you're right. Media can get it wrong. Sure can. Sure can get it wrong. They don't usually get something in quotes wrong, because that is something you utter, right? And that is generally a different story. So I find it interesting that, and so they generally have something quoted on video or audio. So tomorrow, that's why I was asking my mods to please remind me. I want to call some of these news outlets and double check that all three of these outlets all saying the same thing. And just to be clear, in this case, I absolutely 110% believe the news outlets. They have more credibility than you do, Daniel, respectfully, at this point, because we know what you've said, how you've changed things around multiple things. So I don't think they made a mistake. I really don't think they made a mistake. Not three of them, anyways. So that's just my opinion, though. Thank you so much, Annabelle. Good to see you, love. Appreciate you very, very much. And thank you, Kelsey, love. 10 months. Thank you so much. Love you too, darling. Love you too, Annabelle. Thank you so much, honey. That's what I've heard. Their interview is coming out Friday, so that'll be interesting. To me, it's a little, I understand, and I'm thankful Janie is doing an interview, right? I don't know why they would give Durwood a microphone. I don't understand that. Why? Why? What's the point in giving him a microphone? To lie some more? I mean, this is someone that said 80%, I've almost got this, case solved. And then I am at, what did he say? 1,000% or 100%, something like that, percent that the kids are alive. Yeah. So, Joe, are you being serious? Barbara Ann, thank you so much for becoming a new pearl. Thank you so much, dear. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Whenever, I mean, you can believe Durwood or you can believe the RCMP when they said they believe that Lilly and Jack were not taken by, some random stranger. And they also, unfortunately, said, and I tend to agree with them, that they don't believe Lilly and Jack are still missing, or still alive, rather. Pardon me. Video from today that Daphne put out. She goes over Janie's account. Well, we're actually going to play Janie's words from her own mouth, but we will play Daphne. Sure. Absolutely. Oh my God. She's late. She's late, y'all. Jen to the office, please. You're being paged. Jen to the office, please. You're being paged. We need a late slip for Jenny. Jen. Thank you so much, dear. Appreciate you. Thank you, honey. Appreciate you. Okay. I think they are alive. I don't think they're alive either, in my opinion. Yeah. No, I don't think anybody would have took the amount of pressure that they would have on them. Not this only being a national case for Canada, but it's an international case at this point. I mean, articles and live streams are going on anywhere from Canada to the United States to India, and news organizations. It's everywhere, right? Is Durwood going to answer any questions or just ramble on as usual, I wonder? I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't think he's going to say something as outrageous as, I think I have it 80% solved, and he expects the reporter to keep a straight face. But could be wrong. Could be wrong. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Barbara. You stay true to yourself, never ever caring what anyone says, even if the truth hurts the other person. Kid, kick back, save the kids. I'm proud of you. Thank you so much, sweet Barbara. That's very kind of you, my dear. Really do appreciate it. Okay. All right, let's get it started. What else? What else does he say? He says blanket was found Saturday. Now listen to this. And it downpoured the night before. Now, Daniel also says that he threw out the blanket a week prior and put it in the trash. However, this blanket or this trash bag, I guess out of all the trash bags, they're outside in a garbage can, has a hole in it, this trash bag of his. He says had a hole in it, which I find convenient. I don't believe it had a hole in it. And if it did had a hole in it, in my opinion, it was nothing more than a setup, in my opinion. I dropped like 3 or 4 o'clock this morning I showed a map of how far where Lilly and Jack, Daniel and Malaya live, to where the blanket is found, and it's over a kilometer away. Over a kilometer away. I mean, how does that happen? Right? Conveniently placed. Listen to this, guys. Not only this, think about this. Over a kilometer away, and it's not. Let me show you the damn picture. That's what I'll do. Let's find that picture. I mean, it's not, there you go. Right? It's not way up in a tree, right? It's not in the middle of the tree. It's conveniently at eye level. Huh. Isn't that interesting? That so amazing that it's a kilometer away, adjacent on the other side of the road and the train tracks. There is a boot print. Now, that's amazing. Yeah, it's shredded too. Yeah. Yep. That's the blanket, the part of the blanket. And it's right there within eye level. And it's too perfect. Yes. And somehow the searchers missed it. And Daniel was gone. He wasn't at the house. Right? Wasn't at the house. And it's right there also on an ATV trail. It's pretty interesting. So we also learned that what kind of blanket, at least it is according to Daniel, and he says it is an LOL blanket, the brand, the child brand. It's like a girl's brand or whoever, a kid's brand, LOL blanket, right? And it's too bright to miss. Yeah. Yeah. Find that very interesting. Seems a little too perfect. It didn't land in a tree, right? Didn't land in a tree, somewhere out in a field, or, well, a field doesn't have trees, but somewhere, in the woods. But it landed really close to the ATV trail, right? A kilometer away. Eye level. Got it. Got it. If you think, I believe that this blanket uh, flew a kilometer away, or the child took it and put it next to an ATV trail, you are sadly mistaken. Sadly mistaken. Not a chance. No, Sharon, it was an LOL blanket. Trust me, we needed a little to clear a little bit on that. You know what I mean? So there's that as well. What else does he say? The blanket would have been beaten down to the ground from heavy rain. Whoever said that, thank you. You think so, Daniel? You think so? So then how did it get there? If the rain beat it down, how did it get there in the first place? Come on now. Oh, thank you, Mr. and Mrs. and Auntie. Thank you so much, my friends. Good to see you. Here, 1 second. Happy birthday to. Oh, thank you, kids. Good to see you guys. You are a star in our house. You took the time to meet them and let them cuddle Remy Pearl. We love you. Thank you for your constant prayers and support. You mean the world to us. Thank you all so much. I love the E's. They are incredible, incredible people. Every single E in that house. And Auntie, thank you guys so very much. That is such a sweet message. And give family, everyone, my love and prayers. Thank you guys so much. Very kind of you. Only Netflix show he'll be on his cops, in my opinion. Buddha Belly, good to see you. Okay. Let's see here. That's a good point. It rained heavy the night before on Friday. The blanket would have been heavy when wet, and WA. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. The WA maybe meant weighted down. That's what the other thing I could think of. So he says it rained. I guess he knows. I guess he knew the weather. Remember the weather the night before and all that. It's interesting. I still wouldn't believe it at all, that it conveniently lands a kilometer away right beside an ATV trail that you say, but now also say the news outlet got it wrong. But you say you searched 20 and 30 acres, went over all of this in your ATV, right at eye level, this bright thing that searchers didn't find, family found. And in my opinion, I think Malaya or even Daniel kind of told him maybe search down that direction or something, kind of putting him there. Just a thought. He says it's a full-size blanket. Come on, man. He says full-size blanket and in pink. Okay. Let's see here. I don't know who the Ralph thing is. I don't know what that is. He says, C, never drove it. I don't party. Daniel says he doesn't party. Okay. Maybe you don't. But this is the thing, Daniel. You have lost your credibility, right? So virtually, in my opinion, anything you say, you have to look at as suspect off the bat, just instantly. Now, Daniel, at first, whenever they said that, there was a lot of cars. I should have pulled up that message from the neighbor. I've got this text message from the neighbor. That's, you guys have probably seen it. He says that there was a lot of cars there, and he thought, kind of judging them as math heads, is what he said. Now, Daniel said he knows that person, and he said in an interview that he was doing this just to take the heat off of him. That doesn't make sense, respectfully, Daniel, in my opinion. I don't know why anyone would, come out as anonymous, right? When the neighbor first put that on there as anonymous to take the heat off of them, they would have put their name right on that and buttoned up that bitch, and you would have known who it was, Daniel. Okay? So it doesn't make sense for them to take the heat off of him. What heat? You see, it sounds like you're projecting, Daniel. It sounds like you're trying to take the heat off of you, is what it sounds like. Right? So, just a thought. I actually didn't see all of these messages because it was crazy here yesterday. Then he says, yes, 20 or 30. I drew a map of my travels for major crimes. He is crazy, right? He drew maps for major crimes. What does that have to do with anything? Right? Well, I mean, like, what does that I mean, it's absurd. Drawing a map of your ATV routes, right? He just so wants to be a superhero, right? It's just something more to control the narrative, in my opinion. It's nothing more than him trying to control a narrative, right? You drew a map after the kids were missing, right, Daniel? Yep. Mrs. E just said it too. Superhero. Yep. That's exactly right. And he says, yes, the ATV was taken to the house. That's pretty indisputable. Justin, if you able to listen to the messages that were posted of Jeannie today, she mentioned that a neighbor had been recently breaking into their houses. I'm wondering if that's what he meant by. I think that they're going to find any excuse. And no, it wouldn't be either, because they came out as anonymous. They came out as anonymous, right? And they got a lot of, and listen, even nobody really gave this person much credit in the beginning, because we didn't have, when you first start a case, you have a blank slate, and you got to find out the timelines. You got to figure out inconsistencies. Are they telling the truth or not? Is that a reasonable thing to do, the things that they're saying and projecting and all of this. So this person came out as anonymous. If, for instance, they were, breaking in the house or anything of this, it's just more projection, right? They were home. In fact, Janie lives there. Daniel, Malaya, the kids live there. The dog barks like a mother chicken at everything. Someone's always there. Nobody, if they're suggesting that they're, breaking into the house while someone is there, that's just preposterous, really. It really is. So there's that. Oh, hey, Jilly. Good to see you, love. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Happy birthday, Justin. I hope you had a love you, darling. Thank you so much, Jilly. Thank you for being a member for 12 months. You hit it, girlfriend. You're an OG now. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you very much. Hey, Kitty. Thank you so much. Love you too, Miss Kitty. Thank you for being a member for 8 months. You are amazing. You'll have that 1 year before you know it, girl. Thank you so much, Kitty. And I love the picture of your dog. It looks like he's smiling. I don't know. So cute. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. I love the picture of y'all's pets on there. Have a blessed, where was it? Have a blessed, happy Rexvic birthday. That is as amazing as you are. Thank you, Town Chat Cafe. Appreciate you, my dear. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Janie's going to protect the boys. Bingo. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, Kitty. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Animals are our best friend. They are. Sad. I'm sorry. So he says the ATV was taken to the house. He said, I keep getting error messages. He talks about culverts again. He's hold on one second. Computer's giving me trouble. He's talking about culverts again. He loves to talk about those culverts and how much he searches, right? So there's that. Oh, thank you, Pugs and Stitches. Justin, always watching, just don't comment. I want to wish you a happy birthday. You work so hard for the missing. We love you. Thank you so much, Pugs and Stitches. I really do appreciate you, my friend. Good to see you. You know, I have a pug. Her name's Jaja. Pugs are one of the most amazing dogs that there is. They love everybody. Thank you so much, Pugs, and thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you very much. What did Abigail say? She said something about ditches or something like that. I don't see it, but I searched both ways. No trails, just dirt roads, he says. That's interesting. No trails, just dirt roads. Okay. I have the email. I don't know what he was referring to about that. I really don't. I have no clue. If somebody in chat knows, they can tell me. Malaya was up at 6:17 and 6:18 to mark absent from school. To mark absent from school. Okay. You know, you would think that if Jack and Lily went to bed at 7 a.m., which according to Daniel, I've shown you the text messages, and I can vouch for those text messages came from Daniel 100% because I knew who they came from. He says that, one second. What? Okay. You would think that if the kids go to bed at 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock maximum, kind of very similar into Sebastian's case, 7 to 9 o'clock. But you would think that Jack or Lily would be up probably naturally on their own by 6 o'clock in the morning, right? That's a lot of sleep. It's a lot of sleep. So I think that's kind of early, 7 o'clock, in my opinion. But I don't think anybody went to sleep that night. I don't think anybody went to sleep that night at all. Yes, I did mod Daniel last night because there was nearly 2,000 people in here last night, and I couldn't see anything, even with slow mode on. So I did it so he would be in blue, but he's obviously took that wrench away after the live. Thank you so much, Annette. Good to see you, darling. Thank you so much. Hope you are well. Thank you so much. Really, Andy? What do you think we're overlooking? What do you think we're overlooking? I think it's, with my two channels combined, I've done YouTube 3 years, and I have done a lot of cases and have taken a lot of seminars, a lot of classes, and I can tell you that nobody lies about a child missing if they don't have knowledge or they're hiding something. And why would you hide something? Or if you had knowledge, more knowledge about something, and lie? Now, do I think Daniel is the only one? Not at all. Not at all. Nope. I think it's a shame. Malaya, the woman who conceived, carried, gave birth, and watched grow, is not virtually doing anything publicly that any of us are aware of, at least, for her missing children. That's inconceivable, right? Inconceivable. I think it's also crazy to me that Malaya's mother, Lilly and Jack's grandmother, is not doing anything either. But I have a feeling she probably knows a lot more now. And that's probably why a grandma is being quiet. Because most grandmothers, grandfathers, grandparents would not be quiet. I can assure you that. Thank you, the other Sharon. Good to see you, darling. Thank you so much. Hope you're well. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you very, very much. Not going to sleep makes much more sense with the circumstances. Yeah, I agree. Okay. He said, I helped on the fence. Malaya put them to bed. So he says Malaya put them to bed. Okay, fine. She put him to bed at 7, 8, 9. Which one was it? And what did you and Malaya, what did everybody do that evening, right? Like, we know what we do of the evenings. It's have your routines. So who was helping with the fence? Well, you're going to learn here in a minute, according to Janie, when I play this recording for you. Very interesting. What are you going on about twisting? I don't know what he's talking about there. He said, that's when he left. He said, I got some important message. I'll be back another day. This is when he got mad at me because he was kind of arguing with me about he was talking about the news, who again quoted him on the 4th, and the other one, I think it was on the 5th, that quoted him talking about him being on an ATV, right? And he said, well, news gets it wrong all the time and all this. And I said, well, Daniel, it's quoted. And so I said, hey, let me just make it I just want to have a clear answer from you. Are you saying that the news got it 100% wrong, right? Got it completely wrong. You are denouncing it. You are saying it didn't happen. And that's when he said the news and stuff gets it wrong. And then later on, what question was I asking him? Oh, I didn't get to ask him a question. I did ask him a question. I'll have to go back and replay it. But it was, I don't know, Hawk, if you can remember. I can't remember. But it was something he was contradicting something really, really bad. What the kids were wearing, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it was what the kids were wearing. I'm pretty sure. Might have been about the blanket, but I'm thinking it was what the kids were wearing. And he said, I only do interviews by accredited news networks. That's why you do not see me doing them on YouTube. Networks, why do you not see me on YouTube doing them? Well, I mean, you watch us every single live stream. So he'll only do his interviews, but he says the same people that quoted him, the accredited news, gets it wrong. You want to talk about twisting, Daniel? That would be a twist, right? That would be a twist, a big ass twist. All right, let's listen to it. Y'all ready? All right. I don't know what order this is going to be in because I've got several different ones. So it might be out of order, but nonetheless, should make sense. It should absolutely make sense. Ooh, I hope I got to put this up for just 1 second so I can see if, let's see here. If I'm over here. Oh, nope. 1 second. If I'm over, okay, okay, that'll work then. All right, y'all ready? Let's go. Hold on. How many thumbs up do we got? How many thumbs up do we got? We only have 459 likes. I would like a chicken party on my birthday. I would like a chicken party on my birthday. Come on now.
No problem. I'm sorry, people, but I do not accept friends' requests, so please don't send them to me. Is there anything else you want me to clear up? Because I'm going to bed soon. So if you got any questions, ask them now. Okay, I already answered this question. My brother called me at 8:48 and asked me if I wanted to go to town. I said no, I was going back to bed. So I laid back down. I was playing on Facebook. I dozed off. I'm not sure what exactly time. I didn't look at the clock. My dog woke me up. I heard the kids outside. And then I dozed back off again. And the next thing you know, I heard Daniel hollering Jack and Lily's name. Then about maybe 5-10 minutes after I heard him, I'm not sure exact what time because I didn't look at the clock.
Okay. This is Janie talking. It's on Facebook. It's all over Facebook. Hello. Mohawk mom, guess not. He said he's done over 30 interviews, in my opinion, implying. Okay, let's continue.
And when I opened the door, Malaya was standing there in front of the RV, and I said, "What's up?"
I don't know who Melissa is.
And she said, "The kids are missing. The kids, Lilly and Jack, are gone." And I said, "How long?" She said, "About 20 minutes." I don't know what time I seen Malaya outside because I didn't look at the clock. I came in, I grabbed my boots.
I mean, to be honest with you, because people with false profiles went in and leaked them against the rules of the group. Well, let me tell you something. That's why I'm just going to tell you right now. When I interview someone, my mods can tell you this. They don't see it. They don't see it. I do my work with me and me only. That's it. That's it. Because I promise you it will be leaked otherwise. And the one thing that I value and I've always kept, right, is if you want to remain anonymous with my sources or whatever, I will know and nobody else. And that's it. And maybe I can help 10 months. Thank you, darling. Appreciate you very, 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 very much, my love. Thank you so very much. And it's nothing personal toward anyone, but that's just how I work. And that's how I've always been able to keep. That's why people come to me and speak. People always come to me and speak because they know it will never, ever leak. Ever, 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 ever.
And headed up to the woods.
Okay. I'm going to play that once again. We got more after this. Maybe. Okay, it's not wanting to play. Give me 2 seconds. I don't know why it's not wanting to play again. We got several.
No problem.
Okay, listen to this.
I'm sorry, people, but I do not accept friends' requests, so please don't send them to me.
Christina, it depends what day. I like to be both. Does it matter? Did it matter to you? You're welcome,
Is there
Christina.
anything else you want me to clear up? Because I'm going to bed soon. So if you got any questions, ask them now. Okay, I already answered this question. My brother called me at 8:48 and asked me if I wanted to go to town. I said no, I was going back to bed. So I laid back down. I was playing on Facebook. I dozed off. I'm not sure what exactly time. I didn't look at the clock. My dog woke me up. I heard the kids outside. And then I dozed back off again. And the next thing you know, I heard Daniel hollering Jack and Lily's name. Then about maybe 5-10 minutes after I heard him, I'm not sure exact what time because I didn't look at the clock. And when I opened the door, Malaya was standing there in front of the RV, and I said, "What's up?" And she said, "The kids are missing. The kids, Lilly and Jack, are gone." And I said, "How long?" She said, "About 20 minutes."
Malaya standing outside. Malaya staying outside. I need to look back on one of Daniel's messages because he says something interesting about Malaya being outside.
I don't know what time I seen Malaya outside because I didn't look at the clock. I came in, I grabbed my boots, and headed up to the woods.
She didn't check the time. She didn't check the time, but she knows the time she talks to her brother. You'll notice this in a minute.
So I gave you guys a timeline. 8:48 is when he called me. I dozed off. I don't know exactly what.
8:48 is when she says her brother called Janie, right? Okay.
Time I heard the kids. And according to what if I read it correctly in the chat between Belinda and Malaya, she said that she called the 911 at about 9:40. So that's what I believe it says. You'd have to check out the conversation between Malaya and Belinda. I'm talking about the discussion between Malaya and Belinda, not the discussion between Malaya and Cindy. Malaya was supposed to tell Belinda, according to her screenshot, that she called 911 at 9:40.
She does. Malaya does say that in a text message. I don't think she did. Okay. Next one.
The one about between Malaya and Cindy? Is that the one you want me to look at?
Thank you, Karen. Thank you, love. 15 months. You an OG girl. How you doing? Okay. Is that all that one was?
The one about between Malaya and Cindy? Is that the one you want me to look at?
Okay.
Okay, there's something I want to ask you guys about the message that you're putting up on the screen about where it says Cindy Murray. Did you notice that the person in blue, there's no little person beside the message that were sent? Usually when you message someone, the picture of the person comes up at the bottom of the blue. Malaya has the same phone as me. And whenever I message somebody, my little picture comes up at the bottom of the message. So you see where the blue is lit up? How come there's
Grandma sounds, she doesn't sound like she bakes cookies. She sounds more like she might have a lab.
no little person
And
on
I
the
don't mean a
bottom
dog.
of the messages?
Respectfully. Yes, Rainbow. There you go. I dropped it. Thank you, Mallory. Thank you, darling. I'm a new Pearl, but I love you and your channel. Your dedication to the cases you cover is second to none. You're doing good things. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mallory. I really, really appreciate that very, very much. And welcome being a new Pearl. We appreciate you very much. We keep it true crime here. And I give it all I can muster. I really do. I give it all I can muster in these cases. So thank you.
Okay, there's something I want to ask you guys about the message that
what is she
you're
saying
putting
here?
up on the screen about where it says Cindy Murray. Did you notice that the person in blue, there's no little person beside the message that were sent? Usually when you message someone, the picture of the person comes up at the bottom of the blue. Malaya has the same phone as me. And whenever I message somebody, my little picture comes up at the bottom of the message. So you see where the blue is lit up? How come there's no little person on the bottom of the messages?
Okay, let's go to the next.
Oh, and I also in my interview told them that if they want to come dig up my driveway, or if they want to come lift my trailer, or lift the RV, or anything they wanted to do, they were more than welcome to come and do it. I have nothing to hide. The kids are not here on this property. But they did put a drone underneath underneath the trailer. They had an army.
So the question is, why did she originally say my trailer, my RV? Why did she originally not want them to go in? Because listen, the dog thing is a non-starter for me, to be quite honest with you. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, honey. Like, put the dog on a damn leash. There's 2 children missing. There's 2 children missing. Right? I don't think the kids were in there or anything like that. I want to make that clear. And then why did she start crying about, Mom, they're not blaming you? Right? She could have got someone to walk the dog. Yeah, put the dog on a damn leash. She explains that? Okay. I don't have it all, so. Thank you, Mallory. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Mick. I call you Mickey. Mickey. Thank you so much, my dear. Mwah. Thank you so much. Appreciate you very, very much. Hope you're doing well, my friend. How do I pronounce it again? You told me. I can't say it. You told me. I forget. I'm sorry, love. Can check her phone for recent calls to see when he called. Can check her phone for recent calls to see when, like her brother? Migma. Okay, I would have not got that. I would have not got that. Thank you, dear. Appreciate you. She also said the RCMP turned her house upside down when they did the search. I don't believe that. I mean, no disrespect, Janie, but I don't think you could probably tell. I'm just a little judgy here, but based upon the outside of the home, RV, that you could probably tell whether it was turned upside down or not. I mean, I just don't think you could tell. Respectfully.
Army guy come in with this great big drone that they use, and they put it underneath the trailer. And I offered to go underneath the trailer with a flashlight to show them that Jack and Lily weren't under there, and they said no, that they could get under there with the drone.
Yeah, she did let them in. But the thing that gets me, Mama Angie, is the RCMP said, well, I'm, going to have to get a warrant. And they supposedly left, according to Belinda. If she had cooperated, that's the way Belinda, in my opinion, made it sound. Right? I mean, I think she's going to protect her kids. Right? I think she's going to protect her kids. And I believe probably most of this did happen. But I also believe that even if most of this happened, and she knows something, she's not going to tell. I don't think so. She has 2 sons there. That's her property. That's her life, and those aren't her grandkids. Is that it for that? Okay.
And I'm not here for you guys to feel sorry for me. I'm just here to tell the truth. You guys have your own opinion of me. I have nothing to say about that. I'm just here to tell the truth. I want Lilly and Jack found, and that's all I want.
Thank you, Andy.
Oh, there's one thing that I forgot to mention. On my interview, and I'll tell you now, on my interview about the sliding door, the lady that did the interview, her name is Allie, very nice lady. She was the one that opened the door. I asked her to do it for me so everybody wouldn't think that I was doing something to disrupt this investigation, or people saying, oh, she opened it up lightly, or she did this, or she did that. I got Allie to open the door twice. So she was the one that opened up the door.
Let me just say right here, I don't give a wooden fucking nickel, pardon my French, if that door is silent, 0 decibels, no decibels at all. The fact is, you had a preschooler, and a 6-year-old, a kindergartner in there, and your ass, both of your asses are laid up, and you supposedly have sick kids home for the last 2 days. Nobody got their asses up and checked on the kids. Okay. And you didn't have a fucking lock or a chain or anything on there. I don't give a shit. That burns my ass right there. That really does. Don't make an excuse. Don't make an excuse. That's bullshit. When my kids were little, I literally had I'm psycho though, a little. I go overboard probably, but I had doorknobs with kid door covers. They were locked inside of that. I had a chain on the very top. I had installed those chains so they can't open them from the inside. And also, I had this thing around the metal doorknob. If they took that thing off and somehow unlocked it and somehow unchained it, that an alarm would go off. Now, I understand not everyone has the same resources or whatever, but let me tell you something. No matter what your resources are, you do what you have to do to keep your kids safe on your watch. You're the parent. So, miss me with that bullshit. And by the way, thank you, Sandy. Daniel, I forgot to mention that yesterday. You, in one article, said you heard the door. People forget that one. So I don't know with what the problem is of getting your ass up, seeing if your child, the child goes to sleep at 7 p.m. and it's 6:15 p.m. You're up anyways. Walk your ass through that trailer and peek your head in the door and check on them. Ask them if they want breakfast or something. Right? I mean, let's say it's 9:40, or let's say it's 9 o'clock. Let's say it's 9 o'clock, which I believe they went missing earlier than that, in my opinion. But let's say it's 9 o'clock. If your ass is still in there at 9 o'clock, Daniel, Malaya, well, and they went to bed at 7 o'clock, you haven't laid an eye on your kid in 14 fucking hours living in a 500 square foot trailer. What the hell's wrong with you? That's neglect on its own. That's neglect on its own. And let's say you went to bed, you put him to bed at 9 o'clock, the very latest, according to Daniel. That's 12 hours. You haven't laid eyes on your child in 12, minimum 12 to 14 hours. A 4-year-old and a 6-year-old, that's neglect on its own. Okay, next one.
Said that's all I know. Oh, sorry. Yes, but I didn't know who took the picture. There was so many drums around here. I thought it was the guy that took the picture of the property that took that picture. That's all I know. I didn't know if it was Malaya or who took the picture. I can't be sure. I thought it was a drone. Look, there was so many people here that day. I don't know half of the people. I don't know most of the people that were here. I only know the people that were here from the community, and some of friends that I know were here. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I was away most of the day with Justin on the 4-wheeler. Him and I took off and we just went. So I couldn't tell you who was here, to be exact. If I ran into somebody I knew, I talked to them. If I didn't know, I said hi. So
that burnt my ass, that her saying, I didn't want to touch, I didn't want people to think I was sliding it so silent. It makes zero fucking difference. If that door squalled when you opened it, or that door was 0 decibels, 100% silent, they failed Lilly and Jack. Absolutely failed them. Accidents happen all the time. To good parents, accidents happen, right? But when you are negligent, absolutely negligent, not only for not having locks or something on the door, when you have a 4 and a 6-year-old who is homesick, allegedly, which I don't really believe, for 2 days. I think there was a hell of a lot more going on in that home, my opinion. But listen, you failed them. You failed them. If you didn't even have a lock on, you failed them, because you didn't even check on them. Oh, I don't know what my 4-year-old was wearing. You don't know what your 4-year-old was wearing, but you put him to bed, Malaya? Go to hell. You're such a liar.
said that's all I know. Oh, sorry. Yes, but I didn't know who took the picture. There was so many drums around here. I thought it was the guy that took the picture of the property that took that picture.
Bingo, Brandy.
That's all I know. I didn't know if it was Malaya or who took the picture. I can't be sure.
Yep, they sure did, Nadia.
I thought it was a drone. Look, there was so many people here that day. I don't know half of the people. I don't know most of the people that were here. I only know the people that were here from the community. I apologize. I thought the picture of Justin and Daniel on the bike was taken by a drone, but if Cheryl says it was taken by Malaya, She's probably
Just
right.
took a
I
second to
wasn't
play.
around when the picture was taken.
Hold on. What did she say? Hold on. I got to play that again. 1 second. I don't understand what she's saying there.
See Malaya at the end of the driveway. Malaya was seen in front of my RV when I opened the door. While about 5 or 10 minutes after Daniel was hollering for the kids, I opened the door and Malaya was standing in front of my RV. And I asked her what was up. She said the kids are missing. I said how long? She said 20 minutes. See Malaya at the end of the driveway. Malaya was seen in front of my RV when I opened the door. While about 5 or 10 minutes after Daniel was hollering for the kids, I opened the door and Malaya was standing in front of my RV.
What? You sound like you're really trying to remember something hard, Janie. That doesn't sound like someone who lived something. I'm just saying that part right there does not sound like you lived that. My opinion. This message keeps screwing. This video keeps screwing up. 1 second.
See Malaya at the end of the driveway. Malaya was seen in front of my RV when
Malaya was seen in front of my RV. Malaya was out in front of the driveway. Then she says Malaya was seen in front of my RV. Seen by who? You? Because if that was true, you would generally say, I seen Malaya out in front of the driveway and then in front of my RV. You would take ownership of that. Now, I'm just going to tell you right now that I hadn't heard that message. I kind of thought, I've always kind of thought she would protect Daniel and her kids, but now hearing that messages, who did, Sherry? After hearing this message, I absolutely believe this is a script now for her. I don't believe her at all now. At all.
And I opened the door. While about 5 or 10 minutes after Daniel was hollering for the kids, I opened the door and Malaya was standing in front of my RV. And I asked her what was up. She said the kids are missing. I said how long? She said 20 minutes. See Malaya at the end of the driveway. Malaya was seen in front of my RV when I opened the door. While about 5 or 10 minutes after Daniel was hollering for the kids, I opened the door and Malaya was standing in front of my RV. And I asked her what was up. She said the kids are missing. I said how long? She said 20 minutes. See Malaya at the end of the driveway. Malaya was seen in front of my RV when I opened.
She goes straight to the driveway, and then the next thing she says, Malaya's like, there's this premonition of Malaya outside of her door. She goes from the driveway to the door. with nothing in between? Was she walking toward you from the driveway? Was it 5 minutes later? Was it 10 minutes later? How did you see her walking? Now, I know that you could probably look out your windshield and maybe see her far down there, but I think it would either have to be a coincidence that she was just looking out the window and looking that far out, because most of us, we're doing non-conscious things and we're just looking around or on our phone or doing something. So I don't get it.
Open the door while about 5 or 10 minutes after Daniel was hollering for the kids. I opened the door and Malaya was standing in front of my RV.
Now, this is what's interesting. This is what's very interesting to me. Is where's Daniel? Where's Daniel in all of this? Where's Daniel? Is he up in the woods? Is he in the trailer? Is he on his voyage with the car or his ATV, or standing beside Malaya? Like, where the hell is he? Right? Where is it? Where is it? Who knows? Maybe. It's not wanting to work. Hold on. Messengers. This video thing on Facebook's not working good tonight. All right, now look at this. Hold on. Did I play this?
And believe me,
Okay, listen to this.
It's my four-wheeler, and believe me, I don't let Daniel drive my four-wheeler. Believe me.
What? I have not heard this. That's your four-wheeler, Janie? Well, then if it's your four-wheeler, why is it not on your property? Daniel told me yesterday. No, she said, no, believe me, that's my four-wheeler. Daniel said here yesterday. Hold on, I've got to replay this after this.
And yes, he is telling the truth. The bike did have a wiring problem because the mice get into it and chewed all the wiring off of it. So that's why it wasn't used neither until it got fixed. And believe me, it's my four-wheeler, and believe me, I don't let Daniel drive my four-wheeler. Believe me. And yes, he is telling the truth.
Oh, so she doesn't let. Okay, y'all are a sack of liars, in my opinion. A big sack of liars. She is absolutely, in my opinion, covering for him. She said earlier it was Justin's ATV. She said, Daniel said Justin and his mom was on it. And he said, they don't keep it at the house.
The bike did have a wiring problem because the
Wonder
mice
why.
get
Was it
into
hot
it and
wired?
shoot all the wiring off of it.
Oh, a rat.
So
Sorry.
that's why it wasn't used neither until it got fixed.
Yep. Last night, Daniel said Justin and his mom were on the ATV, but he also said, Daniel also said he sat on the front, whatever the hell that means. Yeah, he walks on water, Beck. Because she wants you to believe her. Yep. They went to sell you that story.
And believe me, it's my four-wheeler, and believe me, I don't let Daniel drive my four-wheeler, believe me. And yes, he is telling the truth. The bike did have...
You don't have to tell someone. She wants to reinforce her statement here. She absolutely wants to reinforce her statement. Believe me, I'm telling the truth. He's telling the truth. That's not somebody who feels confident that they're telling the truth.
A wiring problem because the mice get into it and shoot all the wiring off of it. So that's why it wasn't used neither until it got fixed. I've been looking at the comments, and if you guys have anything wrong, don't get mad at me, but I will correct you guys.
Right. Daniel can't drive it, but
I
Justin
just want
can.
to say, Daniel has done so many interviews, and to tell you the truth, if I was in his place, I'd be so confused because people have been asking him so many questions.
Oh,
and
fucking
it's just,
save it.
I don't know how anybody that has been interviewed
Are you kidding me? I heard the whole thing with no breaks and saw what she was asked. Need to see the questions. Well, but Mama Angie, I hear you. I hear you. But this is the thing. There's nothing that could be said before that whenever, I mean, is Daniel allowed to drive it or not? Is Daniel allowed to drive it? Justin's allowed to drive it. Daniel's not. Like, no. I don't buy it. Oh, but this is what I was getting to. Sorry.
Can I clear something up about the four-wheeler?
Listen to
Justin
this.
and I were the ones driving on the four-wheeler. But
Okay.
we picked Daniel up around the pipeline. Justin and I went up around the pipeline, and we were going through an old road, and we seen Daniel. And Daniel got on the bike, and he sat on front of the bike until we get back to the pipeline.
You mean the pipeline where that boot print was found? Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean? The pipeline where the boot print was found? You know, Daniel being up there?
Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch.
Here is more proof.
You just told on him. You just told on him. Oh, the pipeline trail. Daniel said he never walked on any trails. I've got it in the message that he said yesterday. God bless America. Thank you, Tammy. Damn, Daniel.
And we dropped him off with some of his friends, and then Justin and I took off back home. So Daniel was on the bike, sitting on the front of the bike. So there was me, Justin, and Daniel on the bike. He was sitting on the front of it. But Justin and I had the bike out all day.
So the three amigos was on the ATV. What'd I tell you? She's going to protect hers. Hold on, what was that? What do you mean, Brandy?
No, Daniel did not drive the ATV. I told you it was Justin and I that were out on the bike all day. We picked Daniel up on the pipeline on an old road. We went up, Justin and I went up the pipeline. We went off on an old road and we found Daniel there. We picked Daniel up. Daniel was sitting on the front of the bike. So there was Justin, me, and Daniel on the bike, and we drove Daniel back to his friends that were on the pipeline, and Justin and I came back home.
What day was this? What day were they on the four-wheeler? Why do you pick him up? For what? He's looking for kids. Can one of Daniel's supporters write up in chat what day this was? Anyone know? Day one. Interesting. I knew it was going to be day 1 or 2.
No, Daniel did not drive the ATV. I told you it was Justin and I that were out on the bike all day. We picked Daniel up on the pipeline on an old road. We went up, Justin and I went up the pipeline. We went off on an old road and we found Daniel there. We picked Daniel up. Daniel was sitting on the front of the bike. So there was Justin, me, and Daniel on the bike, and we drove Daniel back to his friends that were on the pipeline, and Justin and I came back home.
That were on the pipeline. Hold on one second. Let me check something. Just 1 second. We'll get back to Janie in just 1 second.
Authorized and start getting.
Oh, not that one. Just wait.
It's been 1 month since 2 young children vanished without a trace in rural Nova Scotia. 6-year-old Lily Sullivan and her 4-year-old brother Jack Sullivan were reported missing from their home in Lansdowne Station on May 2nd. This past weekend, ground search and rescue crews were brought back to the area. Nova Scotia RCMP said they returned to focus on specific spots around Gairloch Road and the nearby Pipeline Trail, where a boot print was found during the initial search. Gairloch Road and the nearby Pipeline Trail, where a boot print was found during the initial search.
Yeah. A boot print was found with the initial search. You know, where old Daniel is. Old Daniel is. Yeah. Where old Daniel is, where they found the boot print. What are you talking about, Sierra? Who's Daniel's friends? Who's Daniel's friends? He got only 10 minutes and he never said he rode back with mom and brother. And he said he was gone only 10 minutes and he said he rode back with mom and brother and never said he rode back with mom and brother. Well, they said and Janie did not say that Daniel rode back with him. They said they dropped Daniel off close to the pipeline a little ways. Yeah, close to his friends.
The boot print was on the pipeline, which is why we're extending our search efforts down the pipeline. We don't know for sure it was from the children, but it's the only real thing we've had to go on thus far. So we're just kind of investigating that further.
Hansen said about 65 people were in the woods on Saturday and Sunday, and 3 drones were also deployed to help. RCMP said a total of 8.5 square kilometers has been grid searched, but as of Sunday afternoon, Hansen said there weren't any new finds, and the search was suspended again. Hansen
Interesting.
said any decision to bring searchers back depends on the RCMP.
We're always willing to come back if new information comes up. It's never done, and it's always an open investigation with the RCMP as well. So if they find something that leads us to a new direction, they'll call us back out again.
On Friday, the children's stepfather said their disappearance has taken a toll on him and his family.
Me and my family still go out sometimes and search, but everything's been searched that we can really...
No. Second of all, Daniel, that's not how someone who wants to find everything has not been searched. You're completely wrong on that. No. That area might have been searched, but a parent doesn't say everything's been searched. We're all tired. We're all exhausted. Okay, go home. No. We keep searching. We keep searching. That's what a parent says.
Dive into at this time. They have...
Go ahead and dive into it, Daniel.
Over 12,000 man-hours searched in the woods, and they're planning on doing more, which I'm really grateful for.
He and police are asking anyone with footage or information to come forward. Cassidy Chisholm, CBC News.
Hold on. I don't know what's wrong with Facebook today. My God, Daniel. Daniel. Oh, this is a better picture of it. I'll show you all that in a second. Hold on. Wait a second. Looking at something, guys. Okay. Here we go. I want to listen to this part again. There's more I'm going to share.
And believe me, it's my four-wheeler, and believe me, I don't let Daniel drive my four-wheeler. Believe me. And yes, he is telling the truth. The bike did have a wiring problem because the mice get into it and chewed all the wiring off of it. So that's why it wasn't used neither until it got fixed.
Okay, can someone, because I don't know this, I don't recall Daniel's telling anybody that the bike, i.e. ATV, had a wiring problem. Where did he say that at? Where did he say that at? So why is she saying this then? He said it in a chat. Does anyone have that comment? I've not seen that ever. He's had to tell someone because he said he's right. I wanted to see what Daniel said. Oh, Jippy.
And believe me, it's my four-wheeler, and believe me, I don't let Daniel drive my four-wheeler. Believe me. And yes, he is telling the truth.
Why would you not let Daniel drive your four-wheeler? That makes no sense. He's an adult. I mean, is he not responsible enough? Is that what you're saying? You know, that you wouldn't leave him with a four-wheeler? What is it? I'm asking the question. Like, it's like, believe me. She's laughing at me in chat, FFS. Are you saying Janie's laughing at you? Is that what you mean? Who is? I don't understand. Regardless, whether it's, she's laughing, you're trying to cheer her up or not. She's saying, believe me, I'm not going to let Daniel have my four-wheeler. That's what she's saying. However, she let Justin drive it. I mean, you have to be honest with yourself and say that's not normal. It's just not normal. They believe me, I won't joking or not. Sometimes there's a lot of truth in jokes, even. It's a but it's true. You get what I mean? I mean, if you allow Justin to ride it, believe me, I won't Daniel. I mean, I don't understand. Well, whether she got kicked out of another channel or not, I don't care. That means nothing to me. But that's not normal. She wants you to know. I trust me, I'm not, because she's trying to show you based upon your previous conversation. Right?
the bike did have a wiring problem because the mice get into it and chewed all the wiring off.
Hold on. Okay. 1 second, y'all. I got to check some stuff. 1 second. It's funny. Uh-oh. Okay. Sorry, guys. Here we go. I want to listen to that again.
I've been looking at the comments, and if you guys have anything wrong, don't get mad at me, but I will correct you guys.
Happy early birthday. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you, lovies.
I just want to say Daniel has done some many interviews, and it.
No, you're absolutely right, Paul. Mice and stuff get in vehicles and stuff all the time. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Yes, the conversation came from a private chat room from a private group that had rules listed on top, and there is sharing the audio and sharing of screen, and there is no share. Well, apparently someone did. And private chat from a private group. Damn people.
To tell you the truth, if I was in his place, I'd be so confused because people have been asking him so many questions, and it's just, I don't
Listen
know
to this.
how anybody that has been interviewed keep everything straight. Like, I think a little things get.
You know, the only time you have to keep something straight, the only time you have to keep something straight, Janie, is when you're lying. When you're lying. That's the only time you have to keep something straight. That's it. That's it. Because if you're telling the truth, right? If you're telling the truth, then Daniel shouldn't say, oh, she's wearing, i.e. in media, she's wearing a pink sweatshirt and then pink pants, cream colored strawberry book bag. Then he says she's wearing a Barbie shirt and a white backpack with strawberries. Then he says, no. I've got the cream, or I've got the, not the cream, I've got the Barbie shirt here. And then he says, I can't tell you what the kids are wearing. That's his words. And then he says, Malaya didn't take anything, nothing that the kids, she only took 2 of my shirts that I was wearing whenever I was searching for Jack and Lily. Interesting how the 2 shirts Daniel was searching for the kids in are missing. Are you fucking serious? The 2 kids, Daniel, that you were searching for, you say are missing? You are nuts. You're nuts. Everything. She didn't take nothing for herself, not even a memory of the kids, not a birth certificate, because she wanted those, and maybe a stuffed animal. Right? Amanda, I give 0 cares. Okay? It's all over social media. Amazing. But Daniel can't talk about it, right? Can't talk about what 2 missing kids are wearing, but he can talk about the 2 shirts Malaya allegedly took. You are smoking something if you think people believe you.
Can I clear something up about the four-wheeler? Justin and I were the ones driving on the four-wheeler. But
I've
we
got
picked
more.
Daniel up around the pipeline. Justin and I went up around the pipeline and we were going through an old road and we seen Daniel. And Daniel got on the bike and he sat on front of the bike until we got back to the pipeline and we dropped him off with some of his friends. And then Justin and I took off back home. So Daniel was on the bike, sitting on the front of the bike. So there was me, Justin, and Daniel on the bike. He was sitting on the front of it. But Justin and I had the bike out all day.
All day. All day. They had it out all day. It's all over Facebook. That's where I got it. Dummies.
No, Daniel did not drive the ATV. I told you it was Justin and I that were out on the bike all day.
If you upload it to a group, private or not, and one of those people clearly leaked it, they had consent. There you go. If you uploaded it to Facebook, it's not private. If it went through a messenger, it's not private.
Hey, we picked Daniel up on the pipeline on an old road. We went up.
Hold
Justin and I went up.
Hold on. Let me get the other ones. What group was that in? Hold on. Give me 2 seconds, y'all.
Waiting for Daniel to help me build the fence because he had to go look for his tools. Then after that, when Daniel came and helped me with put the 2x4s up or the boards up on the fence, I continued with the fence. Then I came back in to get something to eat. I don't know what time the kids went inside or what time they went to bed or anything. And then Friday morning, I got up at 6 o'clock. I sat here and I played on Facebook. I sent a thing to my brother at 6:24. And at 7 o'clock, I went out and I did up the chickens and I came back in. I sat here. I played on Team U, which is the worst thing you can get addicted to. And then my brother called me at 8:48, talked for 2 minutes and 59 seconds. He asked me if I was going to town. I said, no. I said, I'm staying home. I'm going back to bed to have a sleep. I went back to bed. It wasn't long after that. I can't tell you how long. I laid there for a little while playing on Facebook. I dozed off. I heard the dog bark. The kids were outside. I heard the kids. And then after that, I didn't hear nothing. Everything just went completely silent. And I don't know how long after that, I heard Daniel yelling for the kids. I figured he was yelling at the kids to get inside, or Jack was letting my chickens out, which he usually does. He let them out a few times. So I figured Daniel was getting mad at him for that.
Exactly. I just caught something. Is she reading? Wouldn't surprise me. Listen to
waiting for Daniel to help me build the fence because he had to go look for his tools. Then after
Daniel had to go look for his tools. You didn't find your stapler?
that, when Daniel came and helped me with put the 2x4s up or the boards up on the fence. I continued with the fence. Then I came back in to get something to eat. I don't know what time the kids went inside or what time they went to bed or anything. And then Friday morning, I got up at 6 o'clock. I sat here and I played on Facebook. I sent a thing to my brother at 6:24, and then 7 o'clock, I went out and I did up the chickens, and I came back in. I sat here. I played on Team U, which is the worst thing you can get addicted to. And then my brother called me at 8:48, talked for 2 minutes and 59 seconds. He asked me if I was going to town. I said, no. I said, I'm staying home. I'm going back to bed to have a sleep. I went back to bed. It wasn't long after that. I can't tell you how long. I laid there for a little while playing on Facebook. I dozed off. I heard the dog bark. The kids were outside. I heard the kids. And then after that, I didn't hear nothing. Everything just went completely silent. And I don't know how long after that, I heard Daniel yelling for the kids. I figured he was yelling at the kids to get inside, or Jack was letting my chickens out, which he usually does. He let them out a few times.
You mother.
So I figured Daniel was getting mad at him for that.
Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Girl.
Gotcha, bitch.
Girl. Got it wrong. Listen to this again. Listen to it again, because I didn't see anybody in chat say it. Listen to this again. You're going to hear chickens at the beginning. At the beginning. You're going to hear chickens at the end. Chickens beginning, chickens in the end. Chickens in the beginning and chickens in the end. Okay? Maybe some of y'all can put it together. But if not, I'll put it together after this. Listen to this again.
Waiting for Daniel to help me build the fence because he had to go look for his tools. Then after that, when Daniel came and helped me with put the 2x4s up or the boards up on the fence, I continued with the fence. Then I came back in to get something to eat. I don't know what time the kids went inside or what time they went to bed or anything. And then Friday morning, I got up at 6 o'clock. I sat here and I played on Facebook. I sent a thing to my brother at 6:24, and then 7 o'clock, I went out and I did up the chickens, and I came back in. I sat here. I played on Team U, which is the worst thing you can get addicted to. And then my brother called me at 8:48, talked for 2 minutes and 59 seconds. He asked me if I was going to town. I said, no. I said, I'm staying home. I'm going back to bed to have a sleep. I went back to bed. It wasn't long after that. I can't tell you how long. I laid there for a little while playing on Facebook. I dozed off. I heard the dog bark. The kids were outside. I heard the kids. And then after that, I didn't hear nothing. Everything just went completely silent. And I don't know how long after that, I heard Daniel yelling for the kids. I figured he was yelling at the kids to get inside, or Jack was letting my chickens out, which he usually does. He let them out a few times. So I figured Daniel was getting mad at him for that.
Do you hear it? Did anyone catch it? Listen.
Waiting for Daniel to help me build the fence because he had to go look for his tools. Then after that, when Daniel came and helped me with put the 2x4s up or the boards up on the fence, I continued with the fence. Then I came back in to get something to eat. I don't know what time the kids went inside or what time they went to bed or anything. And then Friday morning, I got up at 6 o'clock.
Friday morning.
I sat here and I played on Facebook. I sent thing to my brother at 6:24, and at 7 o'clock,
Listen.
I went out and I did up the chickens, and I came back in. I sat here. I played on Team U, which is the worst thing you can get addicted to.
She's letting out the chickens. She's letting out the chickens, right? Got me? Friday morning, get up the chickens. You let the chickens out. Right? They roost of the night. I have chickens. You let them out every morning. Right? You let them out every morning. Because things will kill your chickens. I have chickens. She gets up Friday morning and she goes, gets her coffee and whatever. And she gets her chickens, takes her chickens out. She comes back inside, gets something to eat.
And then my brother called me at 8:48, talked for 2 minutes and 59 seconds. He asked me if I was going to town. I said, no. I said, I'm staying home. I'm going back to bed to have a sleep. I went back to bed. It wasn't long after that. I can't tell you how long. I laid there for a little while playing on Facebook. I dozed off. I heard the dog bark. The kids were outside. I heard the kids. And then after that, I didn't hear nothing. Everything just went completely silent. And I don't know how long after that, I heard Daniel yelling for the kids. I figured he was yelling at the kids to get inside, or Jack was letting my chickens out, which he usually does. He let them out a few times. So
letting out her chickens, which he does it a few times. Yeah. Did you not hear what you said at the beginning of that, Janie? That's exactly right, Rainbow. Right. Every morning, we go out. For those of us that have chickens, if you don't have an automatic door, some people have automatic doors, but I don't. You let out your chickens because they can't be out at night because they get killed. Right? They get killed. Herd kids after 8:48. That's what she says. Yeah. Yep. And then she says, you go out, you let out the chickens, you go in, you make your breakfast, you get on the phone, right? What was that? You just did. Yeah. She figured he was letting her chickens out. Yeah. That's why Daniel. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. That's what I'm saying. She did up the chickens. What do you do of the morning? What do you do of the morning with your chickens if you have chickens? I have chickens. What does everybody that has chickens do of the morning? Predators dig under fences and everything else for your chickens. Trust me. Right? So you don't let them out. So you go out there, you just feed the chickens, but you don't open the door for them. What kind of sense is that? What kind of sense is that? They have a whole run for the chickens. Who doesn't let their chickens out? That's ridiculous. Oh, I'm going to go feed the chickens and they can just sit in this box. No. Yep.
I figured Daniel was getting mad at him for that.
What is up with Facebook, man? Might be my StreamYard. 1 second.
Waiting for Daniel to help me build the fence because he had to go look for his tools. Then after that, when Daniel came and helped me with
that too.
Put the 2x4s up or the boards up on the fence, I continued with the fence. Then I came back in to get something
she said
to
she
eat. I
thought
don't know
Daniel
what
would be
time the
home.
kids went inside or what time they went to bed or anything. And then Friday morning, I got up at 6 o'clock. I sat here and I played on Facebook. I sent a thing to my brother at 6:24. And at 7 o'clock, I went out and I did up the chickens and I came back in. I sat here. I played on Team U, which is the worst thing you can get addicted to. And then my brother called me at 8:48, talked for 2 minutes and 59 seconds. He asked me if I was going to town. I said, no. I said, I'm staying home. I'm going back to bed to have a sleep. I went back to bed. It wasn't long after that. I can't tell you how long. I laid there for a little while playing on Facebook. I dozed off. I heard the dog bark. The kids were outside. I heard the kids. And then after that, I didn't hear nothing. Everything just went completely silent. And I don't know how long after that. I heard Daniel yelling for the kids. I figured he was yelling at the kids to get inside, or Jack was letting my chickens out, which he usually does. He let them out a few times. So I figured Daniel was getting mad at him for that.
That's very interesting. Did up the chickens, didn't you, Janie? You did up the chickens. Interesting. She sounded annoyed by it. Hey, young black economist, how are you, darling? He only did that a few times, but she automatically blamed him instead of herself for not getting a better latch. See, not to mention Durwood said she was gone at her boyfriend's, then came back home, but now she was up. Charmaine, good to see you, hon. She was up, then went back to bed. Not to mention Durwood said she was gone at the boyfriend's, then came back home, but now she was up, then went back to bed. Probably, I believe Daniel more than I believe Durwood. And that's the truth. I believe Daniel more than I believe Durwood.
Around 12 o'clock to go to Patty's to do laundry. They didn't get home till 10 o'clock. The reason I know is my dog barked and let me know. I opened up my door. I said to Daniel, I said, you're getting home kind of late, aren't you? He said, I would have been home a lot earlier. Thursday morning, they didn't go to school. I heard they went to town. I don't know where they went. I don't know what they bought. Nothing. And then I come out of the train. I heard the kids outside, and I opened up the door. Jack and Lily were right out here by the playhouse. If you look at the Google map between the playhouse and the woodshed where the swings are, they were out there looking for worms and centipedes. Because when I opened up the door, Jack said, look, I found a worm. I found a centipede. I said, good boy. I said, you keep looking. Then I went out. I started raking up the yard here.
Kelly, I think it's Justin.
Leveling it out for a swimming pool for the kids because I was going to put one up this year. waiting for Daniel to help me build the fence because he had to go look for his tools. Then after that, when Daniel came and helped me with put the 2x4s up or the boards up on the fence, I continued with the fence. Then I came back in to get something to eat. I don't know what time the kids went inside or what time they went to bed or anything. And then Friday morning, I get up at 6 o'clock. I sat here and I played on Facebook. I sent a thing.
That must have been okay. That was Wednesday and then Thursday. That's what she means by that, I think. I think that's what she means. Huh. It was okay. Hold on, let me see if there's any more that's out here on Facebook. Oh, I wanted to show you all that too in a second. Let's show you this as well. Very interesting.
And believe me, it's my four-wheeler, and believe me, I don't let Daniel drive my four-wheeler, believe me. And yes, he is telling the truth. The bike did have a wiring problem because the mice get into it and chewed all the wiring off of it. So that's why it wasn't used neither until it got fixed. I've been looking at the comments, and if you guys have anything wrong, don't get mad at me, but I will correct you guys. I just want to say, Daniel has done some many interviews, and to tell you the truth, if I was in his place, I'd be so confused because people have been asking him so many questions, and it's just, I don't know how anybody that has been interviewed keep everything straight. Like, I think a little things get twisted and everything, but you got to understand, we're all under a lot of pressure here. All this was put on us, or especially on Daniel, because Malaya's not opening her mouth, and Daniel's taking all the backlash for this. So if it was...
Well, that's because Daniel is there's things that's very easily provable about lies.
If Malaya opened her mouth, just how much backlash she would get. So you got to cut Daniel a little slack here, guys.
All right, zero. Listen, if you're telling the truth, you're telling the truth, but 4 things can't be the truth on the same thing. After the phone with her brother and heard kids and thought Daniel yelling at Jack. Yep. Yeah. Well, from what sources have told me, that Daniel was allegedly much harder on Jack. Yep. Where was Malaya? Good question. Good question. You got to give him a little sec.
Can I clear something up about the four-wheeler? Justin and I were the ones driving on the four-wheeler, but we picked Daniel up around the pipeline. Justin and I went up around the pipeline, and we were going through an old road, and we seen Daniel, and Daniel got on the bike, and he sat on front of the bike until we get back to the pipeline, and we dropped him off with some of his friends, and then Justin and I took off back home.
Hmm.
So Daniel was on the bike, sitting on the front of the bike. So there was me, Justin, and Daniel on the bike. He was sitting on the front of it. But Justin and I had the bike out all day.
All day. Wow. But another thing is, they said that family couldn't search for a while, wasn't it? Wasn't it family couldn't? How did Daniel get to the pipeline? Well, good question. Justin and I had yep, all day. All day. What time was this? The more they talk, the more they dig themselves. Because when you say things, it is anchored in truth. Right? It is anchored in truth. But there are things that don't make sense. So you have to give a reasoning for that. But then you look at it at another angle and it's not doable, or you've said something else. That's right, Mark Twain. Yes. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. That is abso-freaking-lutely right. And it comes natural. It comes absolutely natural as well. This is absolute insanity, to be quite honest with you. Hold on, I just got something here. Okay. What is this? Two seconds, y'all. Huh. Okay. Oh. Thank you. Why didn't I see that? I didn't see these messages. Why did I not get these messages? Maybe I did, but I didn't see that one. Now, okay, we'll get back to those. We'll get back to those messages in just a second, I promise. Okay. But what I want to do for a moment. Boy, this has been some crazy stuff today, y'all. Crazy stuff today. Make sure it doesn't show their email. 1 second. Okay. Okay, it won't. I didn't notice this. Daniel says, garbage bin lid is heavy. No animal can get in it. So, Daniel, there was a hole ripped in the bag. There was a hole ripped in the bag, but you also said a garbage bin lid is heavy. No animal can get in it. Tell me how that makes sense. Then how the hell did a hole get in it, Daniel? How did that happen, Daniel? I don't think it did. Then he says, no, the blanket was taken as evidence by the RCMP after I called. Who's that, Vanessa? Who's that? The listen rather than ridicule. Mariska, we only ridicule when they're absolutely lying and they are not making sense. Let me tell you something. I've done this 3 years, and I can tell you the shit and the lies that they say makes zero fucking sense. I know you're team Danny and all of that. Fine. Fine. No, you're actually being rude, saying I don't listen. The hell? I do listen. I absolutely listen. Patterns is a big thing. Absolutely. I'm team truth too, Vanessa. And there's no way. It has nothing to do with, it's nothing personal with Daniel or Malaya. It's all about Lilly and Jack. But the reason we talk about Daniel and Malaya is because they neglected these children that morning at the very best. The best case scenario out of all of this is they neglected 3 children and 2 are missing and most likely dead because of their negligence at best. So go stroke his ego, but you're not going to get that here. I'm as fair as I can be. Right? But I'm not going to be stroking someone's ego that is lying on a 4 and 6-year-old. This ain't your channel then. I've never said that in 3 years. I don't think this ain't your channel. Because I hate when creators say that, to be honest with you. At the very best case scenario, according to their statements, they did not check on those kids for 12 to 14 hours and let them get out. Nothing in place. Just get out of the room. The baby's sleeping. Get out. That's at the best case scenario. And if you're okay with that, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I'm telling you their words. And if you want to call in, call in. We'll talk. I'm not okay with something like that. I don't think, respectfully, any decent parent is. I did foster care for 8 years. I know patterns. I know them. I know people's words. I study it. I'll be getting my certification, hopefully, in the next couple months if I work my ass off. Any other thing? Did you say something else? Okay. So it was first listening to them. Now you're changing it to this. Let's deal with one at a time. Deal with one at a time. Yeah. Sick. They must have been really sick, Mallory, right? I mean, to be home for 2 days, but able for them to go out and get whatever they needed, right? I guess, perhaps. Right. Like I said, you can be you can believe that's okay with and that's fine. No judgment there. Right. But what you're not going to do is tell me what I should or shouldn't be doing. Because I don't think, again, at the very best, they did not check according to their words. And that's something we should all agree on. Daniel, Malaya, their words. Oh, well, Daniel doesn't. You're absolutely right. They never said that. The kids are sick. Please return them. I was thinking about that yesterday, or maybe today. I can't remember. I was thinking about that. I thought, you know what? Daniel came in chat yesterday. He never said, you know what, you might disagree with me or whatever, but just it's about Jack and Lily. We just want them home. Daniel goes in. Listen, if I knew I was innocent, right? If I knew I was innocent, I could give 2 fucks. 0 fucks. Not a fuck, not 1 fuck, not 2 fuck, not 3 fucks, not 4. What some little blonde-haired guy with too much makeup on or any other creator does, says, or whatever about me. Okay? So there's that. Well, good. So I'm glad you like my recordings and my text. I appreciate that. So sit down and enjoy the ride. Well, yeah, I know, Rainbow. I give 0 clucks, 0. I don't get in all that bullshit drama. I've been here for the kids since day 1. And that's what I'm here for. It's not about Malaya. It's not about Daniel. It's really not. It's about their lying. Nobody lies. Nobody lies when a child is missing. And if you can be okay with someone lying when something doesn't make sense, doesn't have you especially, Malaya, will get up for their kids, do anything. The only thing you can roll out of bed is for a beach and a Snapchat. That's all you can roll out of bed for. Oh, Callie, that's okay, honey. I don't get fired up at I don't generally get fired up at comments or anything like that because I really don't take it to heart. But I get fired up for the kids is what I get fired up for. That these kids suffer. They absolutely suffer because people, parents, caregivers don't give a shit. And many times they don't give a shit because they can't even take care of themselves, the adults, especially if they're on rugs. Right? And so there's that. No, they don't have any voice. No voice. They're vulnerable. Kids can't just jump in a car and say, fuck you, I'm out of here. If you drag the kid through hell, if your life is hell, you're going to drag the kid's life through hell. That's what it is. Right? I mean, for those that, support Daniel and stuff, again, that's your prerogative, that's your fun. But when CBC says, Daniel, this don't make sense. This really doesn't make sense. When mainstream media says, because they're generally not very judgmental. I'm in a opinion channel, I would say, with the news, and I give my opinion on this. You can have your opinion. I have mine. And that's fine. But when the mainstream media says, ooh, this doesn't make sense. And if you believed a blanket flew a part of a blanket that Daniel says, my garage bin lid is heavy, no animals can get in it. But there was a hole ripped in the bag. And it magically flew a little over 1 kilometer to an ATV trail. Justin, why is the pink blanket still in the trailer window? It's got to be a different blanket. Has to be a different blanket. Can't be the same blanket. Can't be the same blanket. That is just eye height, right? Let me show you this. Right there. There's the blanket, allegedly. So, there's that. There's that right there. So, when Daniel says he wasn't on a ATV, but he adds there is a dense forest and rough streams, and he himself searched 20 to 30 acres when they first went missing. Quote, I did all around the house in the four-wheeler ATV. I did as much as I could on the first and second day, said Martell. Damn, I can't see these. Hold on. They're blurry. He also says, fuck. I did all around the house. Oh, Daniel. You're so bad at this. He adds, there is a dense forest and rough streams and search. I did all around the house in the four-wheeler ATV. I did as much as I could on the first. Oh, that's the same one I showed you. The search now has expanded too far out, he says, for him to be out. I have never drove the ATV once during the search. Right? Now, Janie says she would never let Daniel ride the four-wheeler. But what I find more interesting, more than that, is the fact, holy shit, it's 12:50, is the fact that Daniel's out there near the pipeline where this blanket and boot print is found. I find that very interesting. Right? What does the blanket have to do with their disappearance? Well, the RCMP won't say. The RCMP won't say. But you see, Daniel and Malaya, it's one of the few things Malaya got to say in either Friday or Saturday. Hold on a second. Let me check this. I don't know if she said in the interview or not. Hold on. Credit goes to Hunter S. True Crime. It's a good channel. I'll put the, oh shit. I'll put the link in the description. 2 seconds, guys. I like to do the credit so I don't forget. Full credit. Hunter S. There we go. Link is provided in the description. Watch this. Oops.
Want them home. I'm just staying as hopeful as possible. I want them home. I want to hold them. And I want them home. What happened was we woke up. I heard them playing in the next room beside us. And I was drifting in and out of sleep. and they're not the type of kids that we tell them not to go outside on their own. We always make sure that we're out there with them, watching them, and they happen to just get out that sliding door and we can't hear it when it opens. And they were outside playing, but we weren't aware of it at the time. And the next thing we knew, it was quiet, and we get up and I tell him, my partner, Daniel, I tell him, do you hear the kids? And he says, no. And we get up instantly. We're looking outside. We're looking everywhere, yelling for them. And I instantly just call 911. I just had the instinct I needed to call. They're both really go-lucky children. They're so sweet. They talk to anyone.
I got to check something. I just saw something. So, Janie, are you saying that you're way down there, right? Are you saying you saw Malaya out next to the road? You noticed her all the way out next to the road? Okay, Kiki. Okay. I was just asking. Yeah, by the end of the road. I was just curious. I mean, it's not like, she probably could, but I think you'd have to be kind of laser focused on it, wouldn't you?
I just had the instinct I needed to call. They're both really go-lucky children. They're so sweet. They talk to anyone. They'll talk.
Malaya, what is not giving you the instinct right now to advocate for your children? What's not giving you that instinct? You were saying, you seem so worried here, right? Why the hush hush? Daniel said he doesn't even believe Durwood.
You're off.
What his girlfriend said.
They will speak to anyone in a store. Everyone. They're just extremely sweet kids.
Oh yeah, she knows where they're at, in my opinion, too, and so does Daniel.
Huge search effort going on right now, but we've been pushing for an Amber Alert, which hasn't been issued. Not just that they could possibly be abducted, which it is a possibility that they could have been, but just an alert to let everyone know that they are missing. We had people text me saying that they weren't aware someone else let them know that they were missing, and it would just be nice if everyone could be alerted. We thought maybe that we found tracks, but
butt up and
it's
out.
still uncertain. It's been raining and they're probably soaking wet, but with the sun today, I'm hopeful that they are feeling warm. We're all filled with pain and sorrow because we just want them found. We want them home. Everyone loves them. They are definitely verbal, and they do have possible autism, but it's not extreme autism. It's just they have issues with school, and they don't catch up with the other kids.
Did you work with them?
I just want to remain.
I mean, I guess not if you're 14 hours on a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old.
But there's always,
I agree,
in a
Kelly.
mother's mind, you're always thinking the worst. Last night was one of the worst nights because I didn't have them in their beds.
Yep,
and I don't want to go through that another night without them.
The last few days have been very stressful. I mean, ever since the Friday morning when we noticed that the children were gone. Immediately jumped in the vehicle, surveyed all the areas.
Big ass pause there.
As many dirt roads, as many culverts as I could, and waited for the police to get there. As soon as I noticed them.
Pouring down the rain there, isn't it? Pouring down the rain. Blue t-shirt in that interview. Yep. Bingo. You got it, Rainbow. Yes, sir. The one Malaya allegedly took. Why 14 hours? Because she says, or sorry, Daniel says, Malaya puts him to bed at 7 o'clock every evening. No later than 9. Right? They noticed them allegedly missing around 9-ish. Right? 9:20-ish. They say now. No, Vanessa's not trolling. She's not a troll. She's not a troll. She's not a troll. But we just disagree. We just disagree on this. Than probably most of us in here. But yeah, blue t-shirt. Blue t-shirt. To get there, to get where? Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was an accident or somebody snapped, in my opinion. Yeah, and that's it. That's it. And McKeefen, I have spoken about this because there's a lot of creators in true crime that when I've done whole entire lives on this, how when they speak to someone, a potential suspect or potential person of interest, they see the good part of them. And of course, Daniel has good parts. Of course, Janie has good parts. But still, people with good parts can snap and accidents can happen. And they get manipulated. It's the feeling that they get about them. I don't go on the feeling personally. I go on what I know, what I've saw over the last 3 years, what I've studied, what I'm continuing to study. I won't get the personally connected thing. Like, they can be the nicest human beings, but if what you're saying is not pointing to what is happening, then it's not adding up. Yeah, Daniel said he did not see Jack that morning. Nobody sees Jack. Nobody's seen Jack since the last time Malaya allegedly put him to bed. Right. Only D and M were in the home when the babies came up missing or whatever. You have to remove your feelings from true crime. Yes. From the potential suspects and stuff. I still have my feeling, like about the kids because I care and stuff, but the feeling of the people around them, it's nothing personal. We're just here to take in what you say, what the RCMP says, and we're going to compare your statements. We're going to compare your behavior. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I have yet to see a parent that really cares to date, and I bet you I will probably never see it. A parent that really cares and wants their kids found to lie and not want to clear up something. I have yet to see a parent who cares and not speak up, do something, advocate for their children. Justin, is it true that Daniel said Jack was wearing black Under Armour pants? I think, don't quote me on this, but I think he said one time if he had something on it, may have been, but I don't know.
Right there, immediately jumped right in the vehicle and surveyed all the area, every dirt road, every culvert they could find. Jack just absolutely loves bugs, dinosaurs, anything like that. But Lily loves girly things, but she also loves doing everything.
Well, I think Merge, what I think she meant at the time when she was speaking, this is where I kind of will understand what Janie's saying. She was saying in her story, she said, like she was thinking that, when she heard Daniel screaming, that it might have been because he let out the chickens or something. But I would also say that you should probably, in context, you know how kids have a different cry if they get hurt, like they fall really hard or whatever. It is here too, Soldier Girl. Is your birthday? Is your birthday? I would think that, like, if she heard someone screaming for Jack, Daniel screaming for Jack, and she didn't take notice that this was a different scream, like screaming Jack, that's how you yell when someone's missing or whatever, right? Like a screaming at the kids is different than saying Jack. But she may have not understood it at the time. I don't know. What did Merge say? I missed what Merge said. Someone said, great point, Merge. When someone says great point, I always try to go back and see what they're saying, and I can't see it. So I guess I'll miss that one. What's wrong, Sherry? Stevie J, Amen to that. Did I miss something? Okay, CB. I don't. I saw your last message just now. I don't know what you're talking about, though.
Jack, bugs, they're like best friends, not just brother and sister. Jack just absolutely loves bugs,
Sure.
dinosaurs.
I know.
Anything like that. But Lily loves girly things, but she also loves doing everything with Jack, bugs. They're like best friends, not just brother and sister. I know they took their boots. That's pink boots for Lily.
If I remember correctly, when Daniel starts to cry, and I do believe it is a break. I don't think it's a guttural cry or anything like that, but I do believe he is actually crying. I know a lot of you don't, but I actually do. From what I remember, I need to go back and look. I think he's only cried like 2 times. But I've noticed, if I remember correctly, maybe I shouldn't say it, but he starts crying when he talks about Jack. Now, just because he's crying doesn't mean anything. Guilty people cry all the time. Right? They're crying many times of the overwhelming circumstance. Thank you, Linda. Right? Yeah, but he said another time he cries. Rainbow, statistically, your kids, when something like this goes happen, statistically 9.5 times out of 10, or even more in some cases, it is someone in that home.
Blue boots for Jack with dinosaurs on them. Lily had her backpack with white, and it was white, strawberries on it. I imagine now if they're in the woods that it'd be probably brown, but I don't see them carrying their backpack. I don't see them keeping a pull-up on for that long after it got soaked from the very first day. We only found the 2 boot tracks outside of the house.
Whereabouts?
Right beside the house, probably 10 feet away from.
Those boot prints. Why is he talking about boot prints outside the house? They can. They absolutely can. Out of their own consequences. That can be. He's absolutely right. But in my opinion, it's generally the overwhelming circumstance as a whole, or they are remembering something that happened previously.
Backyard.
In the backyard, okay.
Nothing new other than the helicopters are still in the air, and they had dogs. They took around the dogs today, and as of last night, they had 8 more drones going on.
He does shake his
and
head.
infrared. I urge the public to come out if you have anything, come out as fast as possible and get it to any detachment or any police service that you have available to get to talk to.
I'm just staying as hopeful as possible.
not one, but two missing children. A dog that barks at everything, a mother who left on the second day, a father who hasn't seen the kids in 3 years.
Was that the, excuse me, was that the window, Daniel? Oh, no, you said window, or someone said window. One of your cousins said window, and you said door. What door did you cover up?
And a stepfather trying to piece things together.
It's been a long 6 in the woods to the kids. They have cabins up in the woods, which only took me like 30 seconds. I came right back down. She was on the phone with the RCMP.
Families brought us to a location there, not far away, that there's a piece of a blanket.
Police won't say anything about a blanket, but
Martell, listen to this. Remember, RCMP won't say anything about or police won't say anything about and RCMP won't.
Piece of a blanket.
Police won't say anything about a blanket, but Martell says a piece of Lily's blanket was found near the boot print. He says both children may have undiagnosed autism.
For a lot of people, this story just sounds odd.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
Good. We're glad you understand, Daniel. Thank you all so much. I love you all. You are amazing human beings. My bladder needs a break, and so does my soul. To be honest with you. I wish law enforcement would come out and give an update, because things go off the rails when there's no authority. Yep, you're right. You're right. Abigail, I am going to do that tomorrow. I already have it set up. It's still under unlisted, but it's going to go up probably in just a couple hours. Okay. Yeah. Blanket found. Malaya confirmed it. Daniel confirmed it. RCMP won't, but Daniel says they took it for evidence. He said that in this live yesterday. Thank you so much to every single one of you. I appreciate you, whether you agree with me or not, or you agree with me on some things and not other things. That's okay. I'm one of 7 billion people on the planet. That's it. That's it. So thank you all. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. Special thank you to all of you, and Spirit Seeker as well. Thank you for that beautiful video that you did. That was so thoughtful. Hold on a second. I want to play this. Wait a second. I want to play it again. Look at this, y'all. For those of y'all that didn't see it. Spirit Seeker made this for my birthday. And it shows you, it shows me, rather, in some interesting wardrobe, shall we say? Wigs.
Come on, come on, come on.
Willie wakes up early, coffee's hot, ring light on in case notes locked. Dives into the truth, no fluff, no spin. He's streaming live again. Got Remy pearled up and all set. She's a monkey in a gym herself. A Koya queen with eyes so wise, like Nancy Grace in monkey size. From missing kids to foul play signs, he connects the dots and reads the lines. With compassion sharp and facts that burn, he makes the wicked squirrel. Shine on, Justin, it's your time to twirl. You're the king of the streams, along with our Koya pearl. You care like a father, you slay like a king. With your ceramic skin and your glam routine. You shine on, Justin, parties calling your name. You make sinners laugh and the guilty feel shame. From Daisy Bashem to True Crime Truth, we're raising our glasses just for you. He's blunt but kind, respectful.
For those of you that don't know, that That used to be my character, Daisy Basham.
Ground truth, we're raising our glasses just for you. He's blunt but kind, respectful too. We'll call out lies like only he do. He's done more panels than a courtroom wall, with receipts and logic, y'all. Makeup laid like a Vogue display. He outblends me every day. Contoured cheekbones, highlights top. Them haters cry, but he can't be topped. He says praise Jesus with a wink. In Daisy's rig and church lady pink. He'll roast your sweets with grace and sass, then drag the devil with some class. Happy birthday, Justin. You're a whole dang show. The star of YouTube in the hall we know. You stream for justice, truth, and light, and still say sinners just white. Shine on, Justin. Ain't no one like you. Yo, I'm good, a teacher or detective too. From Remy Pearl to Dave DB, you make this world more heavenly. Now listen here, y'all. He solved more messes than a Baptist church potluck fight, and still finds time to blend that contour right with a heart of gold and size divine. Who's the birthday boy, so y'all better shine. Shine on, Justin, let the candles burn bright. We pearls are behind you morning to night. For victims' voices, you always fight, and you do it all with good real life. Shine on, Justin, take your birthday bow. We love you more than the law allows. So here's your cake, now make a wish. Then read these criminals like a gang case file list. We love you, Justin. Now go bless them all, you beautiful, blunt, brilliant sinner. Amen and pass the birthday card.
Let me ask. Quiet, ladies. I'm trying to sing. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, I love it.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet. I love that. That's so sweet. I appreciate that. All right, guys. Love you all. Appreciate you all. Thank you all so much for joining me. God bless each and every single one of you. Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Mods, can you drop my email if you don't mind? Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Good night, everyone. Thank you, SL. Thank you, baby. All right, guys. God bless. Good night. Thank you all for the birthday wishes.